All right, all right, all right. What's going on, people? Huh. Listen, listen. That is not what I expected. I must say, that is not what I expected from Arsenal Football Club today. I'm just like from the performance, from the very first whistle, to concede such an early goal, it says a lot about your lack of preparation. All right. It says a lot about your lack of preparation. Now, I'm gonna just start off with Mikel Arteta here. Because here's the thing. We need to be honest with each other. Here's the thing. Right? The lineup Mikel Arteta put out against PSG in that semi-final first leg, you are a coward looking for a way out. Because there's no way that you can think to yourself, after watching our entire Premier League season, after watching how we've played without Thomas Partey in that central midfield, right? There's no way that you win and put Marino back into that central midfield, bro. Because before the game, I was saying to people, okay, this was before the lineup came up. I'm saying to people, you know what? If Mikel Arteta actually wants to get something out of this game without Thomas Partey there in the central midfield, he's going to have to do something different, something really different. And the one thing that he should have done, all right, keep Mikel Merino in a center forward position. He's been playing great there, right? He's been playing great. They hasn't played in a game or two? I can't remember now, but he hasn't played in a game or two. And now you're just going to bring him right back into central midfield? What are we doing, right? Okay, fine. Here's what you should have done, Mikel Arteta. You should have shown some balls, first of all right? You've got Ben White, who's fit. He's back. Why didn't you put Ben White at right back? Put Timber at left back. Miles Lewis-Skelly at the 6. Declan Rice in his place at the 8. All right. Then you have Odegaard at the 10. All right. Because we know you're going to play that. He's your captain. Whether we like it or not, you're going to play that. Right. Then you can put Martinelli on the left, Saka on the right, Merino down the middle. That's what you should have done. That's what would have shown us that, you know what? This guy is showing that he can evolve. He's showing that he's not always going to rest on his laurels. All right? But here you are. You bring Mikel Merino back into central midfield, Lisandro Trossard at the same forward position. Now you've got no cohesion in your central midfield. The game starts. PSG is looking like they're the home team. They're on the front foot. We are struggling to shake them off the ball. They score first 4 minutes. First 4 minutes of the game, goal. We're at home. The whole stadium is stunned. We're like, okay. So right from the jump, it took us a long period of time just to settle down. Julian Timber himself he had an awful start to the game. He had an awful start to the game. If we're gonna be real, but he recovered. So let me not jump too far into him because he recovered, right? But imagine if you had put Timber at the left back, Ben White at the right back, Skelly at the 6, Rice at the 8. We was lacking so much. Like there was a point in the first half of that game, there's a point that I'm watching the game and I'm thinking to myself, Miles Lewis-Skelly 18 years of age, is looking head and shoulders above every single Arsenal player on their field. This is the first half, and I'm thinking to myself, what is actually going on? He is the only guy showing enough bravery to come onto the ball, take on a man, and actually, like Miles Lewis Skelly showed a whole lot of maturity today. He's like, I swear to God, Miles Lewis Skelly settled the team. After that rough start, Miles Lewis Skelly starts getting on the ball, right? He starts baiting PSG players into fouling him, just so the rest of the team can settle down, because it's like this 18-year-old is seeing that, wait a minute, my team's struggling to get on the ball. Even when we do get on the ball, we're just getting dispossessed right off of it. We over here looking like we're the away team and PSG is at home. I mean, look at the PSG Ultras. They were having a ball. They had a party all game, all night. It was a party. It was a party for them PSG Ultras. Right? So I'm looking at Miles Lewis Skelly and I'm thinking to myself, this boy is 18 years old. This boy is 18 years old, seemingly the only Arsenal player out there willing to take on responsibility. And I say that because he was actually now inverting into midfield from his left back position, because he's saying that, okay, we're actually being overrun in midfield. To the point that Mikel Merino doesn't know what he's doing. Declan Rice is being caught out of position because he's now just trying to hold things, he's trying to keep things together to the point that he's getting caught out of position. All right. In the meantime, John Neves, Vitinha, who's the other guy? Who's the other guy? The other central midfielder. They just bopping the ball around. And I'm looking at these central midfielders for PSG, and I'm thinking to myself, how are these midgets getting the best of our midfield? Tiny as they are, how are they getting the best of our midfield? I couldn't believe it. Miles Lewis Skelly, 18-year-old, showing more heart, more responsibility, more maturity than any other player on the Arsenal squad. I'm thinking to myself, raw. Timber on the other side, he looks just shook up. Damn near almost gave away a penalty. I don't know how the ref didn't give that. I don't know how the VAR. Okay. Let me put myself in the ref's position and in VAR's position, right? Jurriën Timber did put an arm out. Jurriën Timber did put an arm out, but here's the thing. Here's what the ref considered and what VAR considered as well, right? The arm went out. It was not there long enough for Kvaratskhelia to go down. The arm did not stay around Kvaratskelia's waist long enough for that whistle to be blown off of VAR to bring it back and say penalty. Because he literally, if you look at that real time, Jurriën puts his arm around Kvaratskhelia, and it's like, as soon as he realized what he was doing, he just pulled back before he actually got a hold of Kvaratskhelia. So all he did was, as soon as he felt just a contact of that arm, he went down like a ton of bricks. And the ref was like, nah, that's not enough, bro. That's not enough. Went up to VAR. VAR said, okay, yeah, clearly that's not enough. That arm didn't actually grips you. That arm didn't actually grips you long enough for you to go down in the way that you did. Right? Okay. So now what? The game keeps going again. So if PSG fans wanna have outcries about that, because look, if that was Bukayo Saka on the other side or Martinelli on the other side, I would have appealed. But then again, watching that replay, just as I've explained it, I know before I said I don't know how the ref didn't give that. But when I actually think back to the incident, and if y'all actually want to watch it back truthfully, you'll realize just what I'm saying. Jurriën Timber did not make enough contact. His arm was not there long enough for Kvaratskhelia to go down in the manner that he did. Now, y'all may agree to disagree, and that's fine. But that's just the way I saw it. That's the way the ref saw it. That's the way the VAR saw it. All right? And this is the Champions League, by the way. They be blown. They be blowing. All right? So I'm gonna be real, we got lucky on that end. We got devastatingly lucky on that end. It should have been 2-0. All right? It should have been 2-0. But that, let me just say, that Ousmane Dembele strike, look, man. What I'm wondering is, in that moment in time, those few seconds before Kvaratskhelia makes that pass, that cut back in pass to Dembele, right? I'm thinking to myself, why is there a hole right there and Dembele has just found himself in there for seconds on end, unmarked? I'm wondering, how? How is that even possible? Next thing the pass comes, he just knows I've got space, but I might not have enough time. He hits it first time, skids it into the ground, far post, off the post, into the goal. Raya, no chance. No chance because it's literally come off the post and gone back in, and also because there's two players that it goes by where Raya has to look and be like, oh, where exactly is it going? But he had no chance. Even if he had seen where it's going, even if he saw where it was going, he had no chance. Right? So at that point, I'm thinking to myself, I'm looking at the replay now of that goal, and I'm thinking, where was Declan Rice? I can understand Saliba may have backed off a little bit of Ousmane Dembele because he's thinking to himself, okay, if Jurriën gets beaten, I'm the next man up, so I have to be there to cover. So I can understand Saliba not being there to cover Ousmane Dembele. But I'm thinking, where's Declan Rice at this point? Right? Where's Martin Odegaard? If Rice is not there, where's Martin Odegaard? Right? We like to drop our fullback. We like to drop our wingers back. So Bukayo? Of course, I don't expect Bukayo Saka to be holding down forward on Ousmane Dembele, who's playing center forward, right? That should be Rice or Odegaard. Because Merino's going to be on the other end. He's going to be covering on the other side, helping out Miles Lewis-Skelly and Kivio. So he can't exactly shift all the way over to the right-hand side. Their left-hand side. So I'm thinking to myself, how's Ousmane Dembele just there and nobody's on him and he's just getting a clean shot on goal? So I'm like, okay, fine. Now, thank goodness, right? We managed to settle down, right? But now I'm thinking to myself, Mikel Arteta, you have made the biggest mistake of the season by not putting Miles Lewis-Skelly in that central midfield position. All you had to do was put Miles Lewis-Skelly in the 6, and it would have been game on. You put Timber on the left, Ben White on the right, Skelly in the 6, Rice in his 8. Because look, I'm not going to lie. This is where I'm going to give Mikel Arteta his props. Because the season started and Rice was playing the 8. Myself, I did not believe Declan Rice was an 8. But having watched him progress in that position to this point in time, and even watching him in that game, I'm going to tell you something right now. Declan Rice may just be one of the best number 8s in the world. I want to just say that point blank. And when you put a Thomas Partey in that 6th position and he's playing that 8th position, oh my goodness. I want to tell you why. Once you put Declan Rice in that 6th position, you take away the aspect of the game, of his game, that makes him very dangerous, right? What am I talking about? I'm talking about that driving run forward with the ball at his feet. He did that a handful of times in that game last night, tonight, whatever time you're looking at it. I mean, as you can see, I got the sun coming up behind me. I haven't slept, people. I have not slept. I'm in Malaysia. Tell you what time it is. I'm in Malaysia. It is 5 minutes after 8 a.m. That game kicked off at 3 a.m. It is 5 after 8 a.m. in Malaysia right now, right? So now I'm thinking to myself, hold on. If Mikel Arteta had the balls to play Miles Lewis-Skelly in that 6th position and just left Declan Rice in his 8, Declan Rice would have played with that PSG midfield. He would have laughed all night long. Because let me tell you something, the handful of times that I'm talking about that Declan Rice actually picked up the ball and thought to himself, okay, no one else is going to do this except for this 18-year-old alongside me. So I might as well do it because this other guy, this number 10, who's wearing number 8 for us, and also wearing the armband, he's not looking like he's even trying to do it. He's not even trying to step up. So Declan Rice just picks up the ball in his 6th position, turns and looks at the PSG midfield, and he ran at it. There's a handful of times that he just ran at that midfield, and he cut them open like a hot knife through butter. Sorry, Mikel Arteta, on that end, you were right. Declan Rice is a 6, but my God, are you a coward, Mikel Arteta? For many reasons, not just for not playing Miles Lewis-Skelly in that 6th position where he is so good. There's so much maturity that Miles Lewis-Skelly showed tonight, last night, this morning, however way you want to look at it, wherever you was watching it from. There's so much that Miles Lewis-Skelly showed to the point of, if you actually give him license to play that position and you take the leash off Declan Rice in that 8th position, PSG could not handle what Declan Rice was doing to them. As soon as he put his head down and he said, let's go. It was a different animal. All right? So because of that, Mikel Arteta, that's one place I can guarantee you, not one. That's the main thing that let you down today, because our midfield was non-existent. Bar Miles Lewis-Skelly inverting every now and again, during Timber inverting, and Declan Rice doing what he was doing, our midfield was non-existent, and it was embarrassing the way PSG was just bopping the ball around us. Oh my goodness, it looked like a pickup game. These boys were doing turns. You know, when you're in it, you don't even have to look at your teammate to see where he's going. You just know the run is making. And you just clip the ball through. And they running onto the ball. The only thing that saved us from probably going down more than 2-3 goals in that game was the fact that our backline is quick. Saliba, Kivio, Miles Lewis-Skelly, Timber, they're all quick. They can all go. You say run, they can all go. If it wasn't for that, the amount of through balls that PSG had, it was ridiculous. So on that alone, our defense played well. Apart from that one mistake, okay, them few mistake that happened on the right hand side, and that, like, apart from that, the defense played well today. Midfield non-existent. Mikel Merino shouldn't be playing in central midfield. He's just, I'm not going to say he's just as good as, Mikel Merino should not be playing in central midfield for Arsenal Football Club. He is not a starter, not at this level, not at the Champions League level, not at the English Premiership level. Mikel Merino is not a starter for Arsenal Football Club in the central midfield position. You want to keep him as a squad player to play in the center forward position? Fine, I ain't got no problems with that. You bought him from £35 million. I don't even know how much wages you got him in on, but don't play him in midfield. Just as much as I don't want to see Kai Havertz playing in midfield. All right. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, I can't really blame Mikel Merino because I know what he gives me in that position. I've watched him from the beginning of the season when he played the few games that he played in that position, that center forward position, that center midfield position, that 8. He didn't show me too much. Mikel Merino did not show me too much in that position. So I didn't expect to see much in that position against PSG, right? Now we come to Martin Odegaard. Mikel Arteta, you are a coward. You are a coward. I have actually, you know what? There's a time during that 90 minutes where I thought to myself, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I can't believe this is happening. How is this happening? I'm looking at Luis Enrique. This man is making change after change after change. He is 1-0 up. He's not chasing the game. He is up. But he's throwing forward after forward after forward onto the pitch. You know who our first change was? Ben White for Jurriën Timber. You trying to, no, I say you're trying to look for an equalizer, but are you really trying to look for an equalizer? You see, the way you managed that game did not even make me think you was trying to look for an equalizer. At the end of the day, I just thought to myself, this guy looks like he is settling, he is okay with this 1-0 loss. As long as it doesn't get more than 1-0, he's okay to take this 1-0 loss to Paris. That's what I saw from Mikel Arteta today. Because the moment you refuse to take Martin Odegaard off, be it after 45 minutes, after 60 minutes, after 70 minutes, that is inexcusable. Because what was your captain doing on that pitch? What did he help the team with? You understand? Like, what did he actually help the team with? He didn't get on the ball. He didn't show enough courage to get on the ball. If any, I say enough. You know, when you say enough, it kind of makes it seem like he showed some courage. He didn't even show any courage to get on the ball, Martin Odegaard. And when he did nothing with it. So I'm watching that game, 45 minutes in, 50 minutes in, 60 minutes. I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute. You got Nwaneri on the bench. Why don't you try something? Can you not see that your captain is actually just being carried? You're already not doing so well in the midfield. But your one creative spark, the one guy that should be your creator, because that shouldn't be Saka's job. Let's be honest. That should be predominantly on Martin Odegaard. That guy who should be your creator is not even making an attempt to get on the ball. He's not showing a hunger for the ball. You're down one. The only people I'm seeing showing hunger to get on the ball is Miles Lewis-Skelly and Declan Rice. Those are the two guys showing hunger. And I'll be honest, after the first 15 to 20 minutes, shaky bit, Julian Timber got onto the ball as well. Saliba was trying to get onto the... See, that's how things were not functioning in front of the whole defense, central defensive midfield. Things were not functioning to the point that your defensive players are actually trying to get onto the ball and push it forward. Your goalkeeper is taking so many risks, putting diagonals. Oh, I was thinking to myself, hold on. David Raya could legit play central defensive midfielder for Arsenal. The way he's hitting these diagonal passes. He put in more memorable balls forward to Saka and Martinelli's feet, mostly to Saka. That made me think to myself, what is this captain of ours? What do we actually need him for? And if Mikel Arteta can't see that he's not helping nothing at all, then who's going to see it? Should we now expect Berta to make substitutions for us? I'm looking at Arsene Wenger. They showing Arsene Wenger. I'm looking at Arsene Wenger and I'm thinking to myself, brother, Papa Wenger, please come down from the terraces. Show this man how to attack, because he does not seem to have the cojones. Mikel Arteta. Brother, I was stunned. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I was stunned. You being Ethan Nwaneri on 90th minute. The team has been crying out for a creative spark for the last 30 minutes, 70 minutes even. 40 minutes even, 45 even. The game's been crying out for a creative spark since halftime. And you wait up until the 90th minute. What's the point? What are you trying to prove to us? Your first change was your defensive change. You're not even seeming like you're trying to get back into the game. By the time Nwaneri comes on, it seems like you're just trying to hold down the fort. And then, how many minutes were added on? Was it 4 minutes or 5 minutes? I'm seeing the time added on actually finishes. Do you know what shocked me the most? Mikel Arteta is screaming at the referee to blow the final whistle. You should be pushing your fucking team forward, and you calling for the ref to blow the whistle? How much of a fucking coward are you? That should be Luis Enrique doing that. Luis Enrique should be the one jumping up and down at the ref, blow the final whistle. I can't lie, I've never seen that in my life. You're down a goal and you're begging the referee to blow the final whistle. If y'all didn't see that, just go back and watch that last few minutes of the game before the whistle goes. Watch what Mikel Arteta does. He literally starts pointing at his watch, screaming at the referee, blow the whistle. Brother, you're down 1-0 at home. Your midfield's been dominated and you're begging the referee to blow his whistle. What is wrong with you? At that, I'm not even going to say at that point. When I saw when I saw Ethan Nwaneri, my bad. When I saw Ethan Nwaneri come on in 90, I was like, fire this dude. Get him out. I was like, right now, get him out. See, all this time, I've been like, okay, I'm not exactly with Mikel Arteta being fired just as soon as Andre Berta comes in, because I'm thinking, okay, maybe Andre Berta's coming to settle things, give Mikel Arteta what he didn't know he needed in terms of transfers, right? Because there's certain transfers that Mikel Arteta will not buy because he's talking about attitudes, he's talking about all this and that, gotta find the right player. And I believe Andre Berta is the type of sporting director who will tell Mikel Arteta, Mikel, if you're trying to win big trophies, you can't do it with this level of player. You can't do it by paying Kai Havertz £275,000 a week. You can't do it by starting Lisandro Trossard in your centre forward position. You can't do it by starting Mikel Merino in your central midfield position when you're in your Champions League semi-final. You can't do it by starting Martin Odegaard in your number 10 position because he is clearly not that guy. You can't do it by starting Martinelli in your left wing position because he is clearly not that guy. Not after watching what Kvaratskhelia was doing on the other end. Y'all see Desiree Doué? Y'all see what those boys were doing to our defensive players? They was having, it looked like Sunday League out there. It looked like they was playing futsal. Literally looked like they was playing futsal out there. They was just bopping, like it was, oh my goodness. Listen, I know Berta's not no coach, but Berta, tomorrow morning, what you need to do, my brother, you need to call Mikel Arteta into your office. Don't go to his office. Call him into your office and ask him why he's such a coward. Ask him why he likes, no, I said likes. Ask him why he loves Martin Odegaard so much. Ask him why he doesn't like Ethan Nwaneri. To the point that he waits till the 90th minute to bring him on when his side has been begging for a change the entire second half. And then ask him, why are you begging the referee to blow the final whistle when your team is a goal down? Make that make sense. That is embarrassing. I have never seen nothing like this. Listen, I was thinking to myself, Andre Berta is exactly who Mikel Arteta needs. I can't fire Mikel Arteta just as I bring in Andre Berta because I want to see what Mikel Arteta does with the talent that Andre Berta brings in. Because if I give Mikel Arteta one season with Andre Berta, with those Andre Berta players, who initially Mikel Arteta would never have bought because he doesn't like the attitude, I'm losing the benefit of doubt. For you, I'm losing the benefit of, after what I just seen. Listen. Martinelli should have scored. I'm saying you're 1-on-1 with one of the best goalkeepers in the world, arguably, right? Probably top 5 best keepers in the world. You're 1-on-1. Slam that ball into the top corner of the near post. That is a big man. If you try to go around him, you try and put the ball around him, and you just show him what you're trying to do, he's got that covered. He's got that covered. He's going to get to it every time because he sees you opening up your body every time. You're opening up your body too early. Everyone in there, mama can see you trying to go for that far post. Everybody. Smack that ball. Put your laces through it. Top corner. Near post. Don't give the keeper a chance. But you want to curl it nicely past him. And he saw every single bit of it. Next thing, Trossard comes through. He tries to put it on the far post. I'm like, This is why y'all didn't buy a center forward? We got to January and y'all told us market opportunities. PSG bought Kvaratskhelia and y'all watched talking about market opportunity, talking about the right player. You need the right profile. My man, Martinelli, Kvaratskhelia. What profile exactly are you looking for? Because the levels are not the same. And you could have had that man for 60 odd million pounds. And you didn't even try. You didn't even try. Okay. You need to calm that Jovic guy. You need to calm him down. I don't know why he getting so hard on the sidelines. Like, our players are already stressed out. They don't need to seeing your assistant going crazy on the touchline. Anyway, now I go with some optimism. Now I'm gonna come with some optimism because this is what I saw. And I'm gonna tell you my truth. Paris Saint-Germain needed more than one goal in order to beat Arsenal in 2 legs. Today, they needed more than one goal. And I'm going to tell you why. Just based on Miles Lewis-Skelly and Declan Rice, our back four. Based on our back four and Declan Rice alone, I'm not even considering what's going on in front of them. The Odegaards, the Sakas, the Martinellis, the Trossards. I'm not considering all that. The Marinos, I'm not considering that. Just based on our back, let me say back five. Let me include Raya in that. Just based on our back five and Declan Rice, PSG needed more than one goal in order to win this tie. In order to feel confident in themselves, and they may feel confident in themselves walking away from this game. But in order to finish this tie off, they needed more than one goal at the Emirates. And I'm going to tell you why. And I've already hinted at it. Thomas Partey didn't play today. When Thomas Partey is in that Arsenal midfield, it is a totally different vibe. A totally different vibe. You look at that PSG midfield, those 3 guys there, Vitinha, Neves, I keep forgetting the other guy. But they're all small. Physically, they are all small. They're not quick, but they can bop the ball around you. Now, if you put Thomas Partey in that 6th position and you put Declan Rice in that 8th position, nobody is bopping ball around you like that. And they're going to find that out when we come to Paris. They're going to find that out when we come to Paris. And believe me, Thomas Partey was watching from a vantage point. And you know what? Whilst I'm talking about Thomas Partey, fuck all y'all Arsenal fans. I'm going to be blaming today's loss on Thomas Partey. The man made one mistake in the last game. Got himself suspended for this game. In a situation where he shouldn't have even been playing at that point in time. But because you got this manager who fails to do the one job he's paid to do, manage the game, manage your team, he should have taken Thomas Partey off. Same time during that second leg Real Madrid game, same time he pulled Saka, he should have pulled Thomas Partey, but he decided to leave Thomas Partey. You're up 5-1. Why is Thomas Partey still in the game? At that point, knowing that he needs one more card for suspension in the semi-final, you leave him out there and he gets yellow carded. Now, the whole fan base is cussing this guy out. probably the most consistent player for Arsenal this season. Your whole fan base is cussing him out, slagging him like he's the problem, when you should have taken him off, knowing that he was on a card. He's in the heat of a moment. He's playing the game. He's reacting. He may lose his head out every now and again, but that's on you to protect him. You're the manager. You knew he was on the card. If you didn't, your assistants should have. So what is that whole coaching staff doing on that bench? That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's what I'm trying to figure out. What are y'all doing to the point that you're not following the game to see who's about to get suspended? You're 5-1 up, and you can't even protect your own players, right? The game finishes PSG 1, Arsenal 0. I'm seeing Arsenal fans. Oh, fuck Thomas Partey. It's Thomas Partey's fault that we lost today. I'm like, y'all gonna blame a man who didn't even play the game? You're not gonna blame your manager who didn't set his starting 11 right to start with. You're not gonna blame your manager who failed to manage the game and make changes when he needed to try and affect the game, try and get a goal back. He was just content with 1-0, and he said to himself, you know what? We're gonna take this 1-0 and we're gonna take it to Paris. All the while, the ultras, the PSG ultras are going wild. But y'all gonna turn on Thomas Partey, your most consistent player this season. That's who y'all want to turn on. Sons of bitches. See, this is why sometimes when I'm like, being an Arsenal fan pisses me the hell off. Sometimes I just want to tune all of y'all the hell out. Just tune all of y'all off. Where my phone at? I just thought of something else too. I was actually following this game on. I was following this game on Curtis Shaw's live stream. And then after the game, he's just sounding so negative. I'm like, y'all make like the tie is lost. And we've just played 90 minutes out of 180. Y'all reacting like this tie is lost. Like we weren't watching the same game. We didn't play well. But by God, we didn't even get out of third gear. Now imagine when you put Thomas Partey in that midfield and you let the shackles off of Declan Rice to do what he does in that A position. Because when he made those runs from that 6 deep position, that PSG midfield could not touch him. He was running through them. Now you put Thomas Partey in that 6th position. You put Declan Rice back in his 8th position. I'm telling y'all now, Arsenal, PSG needed more than 1 goal tonight. Last night, this morning, whatever way you want to look at it, I don't know where you're watching it from. PSG needed more than 1 goal. They needed at least 2. To properly put us under pressure, they needed at least 2. Because when Thomas Partey and Declan Rice combine in that midfield, in that second leg, it's going to be something different. Believe me, it's going to be something different. Even their centre-backs are going to have something different to contend with. When Mikel Merino is now up there instead of Lisandro Trossard. Y'all might not believe me, but if y'all watch that game back and you see what Declan Rice was doing to their midfield, just running through them like a bowling ball going through pins. Now add Thomas Partey to that, and you don't see what we're going to do to them. So, like, Sometimes I'll be wondering to myself, why are you Arsenal fans so negative? It is only 1-0. I'm pissed off too. I'm pissed off too. I'm pissed off at Arteta. I'm pissed off at a lot of these players. And I'm proud of a lot of them. Miles Lewis Skelly, Saliba, Kivio, Raya, Timber, Rice. I'm proud of a lot of them. Saka wasn't really in the game today. And I'm not surprised because usually when Thomas Partey doesn't play, that's how we play. Lackluster. Few ideas going forward. Thomas Partey adds a lot to us. So I'm just going to say, see, 1-0 and y'all just sounding, and then I go on Twitter. And you know, one of the first things I see, Troops. The people's champion, Troops. Tie's over. I hope y'all know this. Tie's over. I hope you lot know this. 1-0, you know. Listen, I'm watching Curtis Shaw just whimpering on his watch along, and I'm thinking to myself, why am I even here? I cut the feed before he cut it off because I was thinking to myself, brother, you sounding so negative. I'm a fan of you, but you sounding this negative. What's going on? 1-0, you know. 1-0, you know. Like you didn't see what Aston Villa did to them in this second leg. Fine, it was at Villa Park, but 1-0, you know. Oh, y'all irk me sometimes. And I haven't even watched I haven't watched any reaction videos to see what the others have to say or to see what any of them have to say. These Arsenal influencers, supporters, socialites. But come on. Y'all need to show a little more faith in your team, knowing that there's still 90 minutes to play. With your most consistent player still to come back into the team and settle your midfield down. And you know, once Thomas Partey is in that midfield, it is not the same Arsenal. You are getting a totally different Arsenal. The Declan Rice you're getting at that point is not the same dude. Because that second leg coming up, Declan Rice is going to run that PSG midfield ragged. I'll tell you that now. Declan Rice is going to run that midfield ragged. Miles Lewis Skelly inverting in to partner up Thomas Partey whilst Declan Rice is going up and down. They are not going to be able to handle that with Julian Timber as well coming in. PSG is, I'm telling you now, y'all might not want to hear it. Y'all might not want to believe me, but I'm telling y'all that now. Watch the space. Arsenal is going to that final. I'm saying that with chest. PSG is not going to score on their home ground. I repeat, they needed more than one goal. Tonight, this morning, wherever you are from, watching, wherever you was watching from, they needed more than one goal. Because we play shit. We couldn't get out of third gear, and they only managed one goal. Wait till Thomas Partey puts us in fifth gear. Mikel Arteta, fix up, my man. Grow some cojones. Grow some balls. Got no idea, like, why you got no faith in Ethan Nwaneri? Why you got no why you don't have the balls to put Miles Lewis Skelly into midfield in a game like this where you don't got Thomas Partey? So you just give Declan Rice the continued freedom to bomb up and down the field? Because you take away a lot of aspects from the team with the decisions that you make because of your cowardliness. Man's pointing at the watch, yelling at the referee to blow the final whistle whilst being down 1-0. I have never seen that in my life, y'all. Never, ever. Dennis. My man, Dennis, have you ever seen that before? I have never seen a manager do that whilst being down a goal, screaming at the referee to blow the final whistle. People. OG, DBNNK. PSG 1, Arsenal 0. I wish we had a Kaká in our team. I wish. Because Martin Odegaard was trash. And here's the thing. I know Andre Berta was taking notes. I seen Mateus Cunha is supposedly agreed personal terms with Manchester United. My brother, Andre, you brought Cunha to Athletic Madrid. Talk to that brother. Talk to that brother. Tell him, ask him, what are you doing? Do you see where these men are on the Premier League table? 2 places of relegation. Where are you going? Your team is above these guys. Are you in it for the money? Because you better ask Bruno Fernandes if he's having fun over there. Come to Arsenal, bro. You will slot right into that 10 position. You will slot right into that 10 position. And listen, Andre, if it's not Cunha you want, or if he's satisfied with Man United, my brother, break the bank. Morgan Rogers. Get him in. Get him in. Thomas Partey in the 6, Declan Rice in the 8, Morgan Rogers in the 10. Get him in. Right? I know for a fact Andre Berta was taking notes. He knows now. He knows now. He needs a 10. He needs a left wing. He needs a center forward. Starting. All starting positions. 10, 11, 9. All starting. Not squad players. Don't bring me a Kai Havertz. Don't bring me nobody that Arteta thinks he can fix into the player that he thinks he can be. Bring me somebody who's doing it. Bring me a Victor Gyökeres. All right? Bring me an Ademola Lookman. I don't need no Nico Williams. That boy thinks he's all that, asking for £400,000 a week. Get out of here. Bring me an Ademola Lookman. All right? Bring me a Morgan Rogers. Cunha, if you can talk him into not doing this Man United shit. Victor Gyökeres. Brother. Oh my goodness. You see, there's so much lies that Arsenal tells and filters into the media. You don't even know what's true. January, we were told the Zubimendi signing is all but done. Now, all of a sudden, Ancelotti's agreed terms with Brazil. Xabi Alonso is going to Real Madrid. All of a sudden, Zubimendi is getting linked to Real Madrid. Well, I thought the signing was all but done. You see, this is how much Arsenal Football Club lies to people. Just lies. Listen, y'all, I'll be back. This is not the last. I'll be back. Get that focus right. I will be back. Hopefully before that next game. But if not before, Definitely after, but I'm gonna try and make these a regular. Try and get the algorithm going. DBWNK. Excalibur Clock End. Like, comment. Let's grow the community. Subscribe. Let's show some faith in our team, guys. It's only 1-0. I hate these narratives of it's all over. It's 1-0. Halftime. 1-0 halftime. You see, y'all are embarrassing motherfuckers. You see, this is the problem. Let me just tell you what you Arsenal fans, you influencers. This is the problem with you Arsenal influencers. You made so much fun of Real Madrid talking about their remontada that after one leg being 1-0 down, y'all are giving up hope. Y'all not even giving up hope. Y'all are not even trying to show any hope because you don't want to be showing up for saying we can come back. You don't want to be showing up like Real Madrid fans. Real Madrid fans are more loyal than your punk asses, bitches. I'd rather believe in a fake comeback than tell the rest of my fan base that, you know what, it's over after 90 minutes, knowing there's another 90 minutes to play. And arguably your best player on the team didn't play in that first game. You got you barely got out of third gear. Barely, if at all you even got into third gear. But y'all Arsenal influencers want to sit there in your pretty ass apartments, wherever the fuck you are, and you want to tell me, troops, huh? You want to tell me ties over. I hope you don't know this. Curtis is out here having similar sentiments. I don't know what the rest of the troops and Lee Gunners are saying. Lee Judges, I don't know what James, I don't know what they're saying. I'm just telling you what the two people. I was on Curtis Shaw's stream. I turned that shit off because I couldn't take the negativity no more. I was like, brother, it's 1-0. 90 minutes gone. It's halftime, pretty much. You motherfuckers laughed at Real Madrid so much when they was screaming remontada out the fucking back of their asses. Pause. You laughed at them so much to the point that you don't want to show any belief in your own team because you don't want to be made fun of if that comeback doesn't happen. You fucking spineless bitches. Fuck you.